to Newsfirst Prime Time Sunrise.
Hello there, a very good morning and welcome to Newsfirst Prime Time Sunrise with me, Shayan Silva, on the 6th of June 2014. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. Bad weather claims the lives of 2 more, death toll increases to 26. Landslide warning still in effect. Well, fishermen reiterate their need for a fuel subsidy. 10-hour water cut in several areas of Colombo from 8 tonight. And leaders of G7 urge Russia to begin talks with a new leadership in Kiev to end the crisis in eastern Ukraine. On to your stories in detail now. 2 more lives have been lost due to the inclement weather conditions. An individual had died after drowning in the Agaloya in Bulatsinhala, and the body of another individual who went missing has been found by the Navy in Auguruvata. Meanwhile, the Disaster Management Center states that the number of affected individuals has increased to 119,000. We have online now the Assistant Director of the Disaster Management Center, Pradeep Kodipili, to find out more on this situation. Good morning, Mr. Kodipili.
Good morning, Chen.
So far, how many families have been affected by the inclement weather conditions thus far?
Yeah, now 119,000 people affected, 10,000 families been affected. So the total little bit increased yesterday. 2 incidents happened in Blasing and Angurata area in Horana. And still in 89 IDP camps, there are about 80,000 people temporarily accommodated as IDPs.
What are the areas that are still underwater, and what are the areas that have the risk of landslides?
As per the District Disaster Management Unit and Irrigation Department, the water is receding in many areas. So it had been a lot of rain occurred in Raktapur area and flood condition occurred a few days back time. So the water is receding to Kalukar area. That's why the low-lying areas, they were flooded. That area was flooded. So that several incidents happened. But the situation is a little bit normalizing. Enviro warned a few days back time. So the warning will be still continued. And the Met Department already announced that the wind speed of the sea areas around the country would be increased up to 80 miles. So we have disseminated that message to all the naval and fishing communities.
Is there any indication, Mr. Kodipili, as to when the landslide warning will be lifted?
So it will depend on the rain and the ground conditions. So the NBRO consider on it that they will issue that cancellation, but until for the notice that would be valid.
Mr. Kodipili, thank you so much for joining us this morning. In the meantime, showers or thunder showers along with fairly strong winds are likely to develop in certain areas in the island. Duty forecaster PD Ananda Pereira elaborates further.
There will be showers or thunder showers at times in the western, Sabarangamo and central provinces and in Gol and Matara district. Heavy falls more than 100 millimeters are also likely at some places. Showers may extend to northwestern provinces too. Thunder showers will develop at several places in the Uva, north, central and eastern provinces during the afternoon or evening. Fairly strong winds can be expected along the western slope of the central hills at times. There may be temporary localized strong winds during thunder showers. General public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize the damage caused by lightning activities. I am duty forecaster PD Ananda Pereira.
On to another story that made the headlines this morning. Now, fishermen are demanding that the fuel subsidy be provided to them with immediate effect. The fishermen made this demand while addressing a press conference in Negombo yesterday.
මාස 12ක් ගණන් අපි බලාගෙන හිටියා. හැබැයි විකල්ප සහනාධාරය
We waited for 12 months. However, those who are demanding alternative relief have no issues. The ministers are claiming that all fishermen are demanding alternative relief. However, there is no noise from these people. It is because of the struggle made by us that they called the fisheries minister and through the Ministry of Finance said that they will allocate funds. However, they are trying their best to provide the alternate relief. They are trying to avoid giving a fuel subsidy. Please do not compel us to take to the streets.
Our
community says that they are not a group that troubles people or lives by depending on others. We live through our own efforts. This is why we have never worried the government with demands when our nets were washed away or when our boats were destroyed. We enjoy the fuel subsidy that was provided to us. We, together with the Negombo fishermen, do not want the alternative relief that is being proposed. We want the fuel subsidy instead. We urge the government to continue providing us with the fuel subsidy. Meanwhile, a meeting on the issues surrounding fishermen is scheduled to be convened under the patronage of President Mahinda Rajapaksa at Temple Trees today. Deputy Minister of Fisheries Sarath Kumar Gunaratne said that officials of the Fisheries Ministry, including Subject Minister Rajitha Senaratne, are to attend the meeting. Deputy Minister Sarath Kumar Gunaratne added that the meeting will mainly focus on the Indo-Lanka fisheries issue and the use of prohibited fishing techniques by local fishermen. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board says that a 10-hour water cut will take effect in several parts of Colombo from 8 p.m. today. Accordingly, the areas of Mattakulia, Kotahena, Grand Pass, Modara, Muthuwella, Madampitia and Mahawatha will be affected by this water cut. George R. De Silva Mawatha and all connected roads will also be affected by this water cut, which is scheduled to conclude at 6 a.m. tomorrow. The Department of Inland Revenue says that it was able to collect 167 million rupees from tax evaders in the past 4 months by issuing red notices. Commissioner General of the department, Mallika Samarasekara, said that 497 red notices were issued on corporates that paid a large sum in taxes.
We were
able to issue 3,781 red notices up to the 30th of April after having identified tax evaders. We were able to increase our collection by 167 million rupees as a result. Of these 3,781 red notices, 497 notices were issued on corporates from which a large sum of money was due. At the same time, the remaining notices were also issued on corporate entities. We focused our attention on companies that were not paying their taxes through this program, and we see a development taking place on the collection of taxes.
Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratne says that the country's roads need to be expanded in order to develop the country and prevent accidents. The Premier made the statement while participating at a function in Dampala yesterday.
The function was held to reopen the public bus halt after it was renovated under the Gampala Town Development Program.
There
are not enough roads in this country. At the moment, there are 50,000 vehicles in the harbour. How would people travel when these vehicles are put on the roads? Almost 2,000 people have died by road accidents while around 8,000 people have been injured. We need to protect our citizens from this. Therefore, we need to expand our road network. The government will do this after paying attention to the demographics of the area. The government plans on building multi-lane and multi-level roads in the near future. It is with this type of intention that we are planning on developing this town.
Well, there you go. That's a look at this edition of Newsfirst Prime Time Sunrise. It was a pleasure having you with us and hope you have a great day ahead.
Hotline 0114 896 896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.